Tech family, what is up? Of course, it is a lot of talk around the tech industry right now. And one area specifically, tech sales. As if you have been following our channel, then you know that both my wife and I work in tech sales as of the last few months. So I have my man on the show today, Shutaro Nakase. Me and him had a chance. We got into a conversation before you landed a job in tech. You were in course careers at this time. I think maybe it was around the time where I was getting hired or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. But anyway, I want to get straight into this conversation and we're going to let the questions do the talking. Stay locked in. You are in for a true treat. So, starting off, Shutaro, what's up, my man?
What's up, Justin? Thank you for having me on your show. I really appreciate it, man. Like the time we got the chance to talk and everything, like you've been helping me throughout my journey too. And, I thought I can do the same for others too. And thank you for having me once again.
Oh man, look, it's an honor. And look, family, I call my man Shu. That is how Shutaro let me know to address him when we started talking months back. So that's the name that you're gonna hear. So Shu, so for the first point, you are in tech. Okay. I want to jump straight into asking this.
Yes,
Was the journey into tech worth it?
absolutely. I definitely believe that a lot of people have their own potentials. But for me, based off of my experience, what I've noticed that is there's a lot of people out there that come from different backgrounds and have different work industries and specialties. So from my background experience and what I've done, I used to come from the restaurant industry. So I've been in it since I was 19. I'm currently 27, by the way. So I've been doing it for 9
Wow.
years now. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Nice.
then I realized that for me, my specialty, because I was a general manager and also a business manager for my restaurants previously. So I realized that, there's a growth limit where I can see, and I wanted to take my potential to the next level. And then I thought to myself, I love working with technology. And then when I did some research last summer, I found out that there was tech sales. And I'm like,
Okay.
huh, what's tech sales? Like, I was like, well, that doesn't, what is that? Like, and then I like, did my research a little bit. I went through a lot of boot camps, research and stuff like that, and then happened to find out that course careers. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's the most affordable option I can go for. I'm not gonna pay a crap or a boat ton of money to, just do something like, to change my career. And then it makes sense, to, pay money if you want to, but honestly, like with course careers in general, you
Yeah.
get the experience that you need and you can definitely get everything. But also, I do want to say this to everybody too, but it also depends, like, how persistent and consistent you can be,
No,
especially
that's good.
working in sales, right? You got to think about like, meeting your quota, like, booking those meetings. You got to do cold calls every single day, cold emailing, like that's all consistent work that you got to think about in the top of your mind already. So when you think about that part, it's just generally being persistent and consistent. And that's the two key things I do. And generally speaking, that's what I've been doing so far, whether it be through my course careers or even through interviews or even through my actual job that I currently do right now.
No, that's good. So, all right. So, shoot. So, and then, and for the viewers, specifically the entry level role, typically of tech sales is sales development representative, aka business development
Mhm.
representative. Or in my case, my specific title is lead development representative with my company. What is your specific title with your company, Shu?
So currently, right now, I work for a company called Overdose Digital. So I'm actually a business development representative there. My
Nice.
main task is to book meetings and schedule meetings. So for my AEs, I think that generally speaks for a lot of the representative roles that you work in a sales role or entry level role. But strategically, mine's a little bit different. We don't do a lot of high volume calls. It's more of making those strategic approaches and then making those calls at the same time to get you familiar if the prospect picks up your phone or call.
Very nice.
Mm.
No, that's good, man. If and are you salary and commission based?
Yes, correct.
Okay, nice. Yeah. I know that was one of the big things for me, like going into tech, because coming
Mm.
from the car industry, I was like
Mm.
commission only. So being able to
Oh,
have that
wow.
salary along with the, yeah, 20 months, bro, fed
Wow.
Fed my family of five, commission only. Yeah,
Wow. Oh, that's
that
different.
was
Yeah.
fun.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
fun. Shoot, if you can just touch just briefly a little more, you said something in the beginning that you have to just be mindful of being persistent. Like if you
Mm.
decide to go the route of entering into the tech industry, obviously as people do their homework, can you just like touch a little bit more on like what do you mean by the level of persistence that you have to personally have if you're saying today while you're watching this video, look, I want to enroll in a course and I want to get into course careers. What does that take?
Right. So what I'm gonna point out, first of all, when you enroll in the course, and even if you don't enroll in it, they first of all do have a free introduction video that you can watch just to get yourself familiarized. I thought it was catchy for me. That's one of the reasons why I joined it. But also at the back of your mind, you got to think if you are gonna go into tech sales, especially, you have to do your research a little bit, like what you're getting into, what's gonna happen if you actually happen to land a job. Because um, don't get me wrong, the money is great, and I do believe that part is one of the real reasons why that people like to go into this role too. But besides the money itself, it does come with a lot of hard work, and you have to put that into mind, knowing that okay, like if I'm gonna be wanting to make that money, you also have to put in that work. It's pretty
Yeah.
simple as that. And also, it's your ability of just being confident too. I think when I say persistent and consistent, it's being confident too. I think it's all comes down to a numbers game, but also at the same time, you have to realize that, like, as yourself, you're selling yourself too at the end of the day, even though you're
Yeah.
selling a product for the company.
Yeah. No, that's good, man. And no, and obviously I wanted you to just touch on that for a moment. Just to look, it's not a cakewalk, right? I mean, you're getting paid very well. A lot of people are talking about it, right? It's a big buzz. It's a lot of people trying to get into that industry. And then you have a lot of, options to work from home, work, or should I say work from Wi-Fi, right? Because like in my wife and I's case, like we don't have to like be at a specific location. All we need is
Mm,
Wi-Fi to work, which is pretty cool. So a lot of people want to be in that. So it's
agree.
definitely doable. Obviously, I'm not the smartest person alive, and I do it. Believe
Me
me.
neither.
Right. So it's
Me
it's
neither.
doable.
I'm not smart either.
Oh,
Like,
so shoot, and look, my next question for you, I want to know what's your educational background, Shu?
of course, yeah. So I basically came out of straight out of high school. I did went to college, but at the same time, I was like, that's probably not it for me. Like, I did pursue a little bit more because I it was more about like family stuff. So for me, like I was working on that same time, just figuring out my career. And that's when I mentioned when I was a dishwasher at the very beginning when I was 19. So I started off with that, but then I made my climb my ladder to becoming a general manager. So like that progressed so well that I thought to myself, oh, you know what? I could probably do this for the rest of my life, which didn't happen, which 9 years or 8 years down the line, I'm doing something totally different now. So
Wow, right from the rest of you, and you come from like hard work, like the restaurant industry. I know,
it
bro.
can get stressful.
Oh, it's you got to be wired a different way, man. You do. So
Agree.
did you finish college or get a
I did
or get a
not
degree?
know.
It's fine. I didn't neither. So
It's okay.
yeah. But anyway, so right. But I do have a bachelor's on my resumes and everything because I do have a bachelor's. It's from a non-accredited university. So I did.
Mm,
I went to a Bible college in New Orleans where I got
wow.
my wife and I. So it's not
Mm,
accredited. I mean, it was very small, but it was
mm,
a fortunate situation, and we do have
mm.
the liberty to put that on the resume, right? So
Yeah.
so it's cool. But I did go to accredited universities for like 3 years before that, and I didn't
Mm.
finish, but it's all good, man. So let's see here. So just a personal question. Um, Shu, are you married? Any children? How does family life look like?
So I am married. I just recently got married last May. So I think we're gonna be hitting our 1 year anniversary going down next May already. So yeah, but we don't got kids. I live in New York City, so I don't think I can probably afford having a kid at the moment right now. But yeah, like just being real, honestly, like I don't think I can have a kid. That's not it for me right now. Shifting careers right now. Like I know a lot of people, they come from different backgrounds, but for me, I'm just more concentrated about, like working with people, develop my own skills, and just
Yeah.
personal goals. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, kids are not for
Yeah.
me at the moment.
Man, and I really believe you're gonna like I ain't even trying to blow smoke, bro. I really believe you gonna crush this for sure. I
Thank
mean,
you.
I believe that you had a knack for it, like when we talked months back before you were actually working in the field, and then you said something before we cut the cameras on. Hope you don't mind me sharing. I asked you if you were gonna like create content and start a YouTube channel and stuff like that because for the viewers who are watching, part of the reason that you can see a lot of talk going around certain, maybe a certain course or specifically course careers is that, we have people, we have the opportunity to do affiliate marketing and receive
Mm,
income from people signing up for certain courses, which is great. So people will talk about it, right? And I say that to say my wife and I, we went through course careers.
mm,
My wife actually never graduated from course careers. She
mm,
started it, but she ended up getting hired before she ever finished, which is cool. Shu went through course careers. So yeah, so this we do it. So I mean, we believe in it. But I'm bringing that up to say when I asked Shu if he was gonna start a YouTube channel, hey man, let's start getting the word out. He's like, nah, man, I'm focused on my job. And look, and when you said that, that says a lot to me. And see, and my wife and I built a lot of our channel before we got hired. But I don't make as much content now, probably because, like you, I'm focused. I need the substance, Shu. Like, look, yeah, I can bring you on, but I want to get promoted. I want to be able to let the community know, like, look, I did this. Like, I was successful in this. So yeah, so having that kind of mindset, man, that's definitely a game changer. Next question. What was the most challenging aspect of breaking into tech sales?
Oh, that's an easy one. Now I think everybody's gonna feel this. If you don't, you must be pretty lucky. I'm being real. So I think it's the rejection. Honestly, the biggest thing is the rejection. And it's not just the rejection itself; it's how you overcome it is the most important part.
Hmm.
I realized it down the line, when you actually start going into those interviews and you find and realize that, okay, I'm gonna start doing my interviews. I gotta prep for interviews, all that stuff, but I'm not gonna go into details on that. But when you start doing it, you actually get that rejection. It presses you down. And I'm gonna be real. Like for me, I got rejected constantly before I got my BDR role. So
Hmm.
like you're thinking about the rejection, but when I say how you overcome it is you got to think about, okay, so what's your plan A, what's your plan B, and what's your
Hmm.
plan C? You got to think about multiple routes and how, what can you do, improvise, take notes on what you did, and talk to yourself. I know this sounds crazy what I'm saying right now, but like I look in the mirror, I voice record at the same time at the mirror, and I'm like, I'm gonna practice and then work on my tone because I
Hmm.
honestly tend to talk fast. So I'm trying to practice that even to this day. And that's the most important part. Like you just have to have confidence, but also the rejection itself, how you overcome it. I think these
Wow.
two things are the most important part.
Wow. So, and that's a big deal. Living with being repeatedly rejected, right? So again, it's not like a, I mean, unless you just wired differently, it's not like a field where you just, hey, I want to get into tech sales, make X amount of money, work for my laptop, and I'm just going to apply to a couple of jobs and go on an interview, and then bam, like it's not really like that, right? It's
No.
I know
I
personally.
thought so too when I first did it. I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna get this job. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go into I got an interview. I'm gonna probably land a job 1 week later. No, no. I mean, no. It's not like that. You gotta be really consistent and persistent, and also you gotta be accurate with what you say, because those people are top notch. Like the people
Wow.
that I interviewed. Yeah.
Wow. Now, Shu, you're doing some coaching right now, also, right? That
Yeah.
that just made me think of that. And can you just kind of just let us know a little bit about that, about the service you offer right now?
Of course, yeah. So currently at the moment right now, I actually just started the coaching part because I actually wanted to do that after, I land my whole like role and actually get the results, because it's weird if I became a coach without having results. So I did that first. definitely that was a part. And then right now, what I'm currently doing is every Sundays, I'm actually offering a free, just class together and attendees where people just get a background about, how course careers went, what it takes, those kind of things. And also, like what the interview process looks like what's the whole BDR, SDR, or even inside sales rep jobs, like those entry level roles look like, or what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, if you feel like, oh, okay, like this is the guy I want to ask more, like definitely I will still do one-on-one coach sessions, which I do offer as well. And
Yeah.
the whole concept here for me is generally, Justin, just like you, man, like when you help me out, it's the same concept here. Like for me, I just want to help out people. And I did say this earlier too before we, started this whole conversation, but it was, generally just helping people and like, yeah, that's what it is. Like it's just
Yeah.
I think everyone has a potential to do it. I'm not smart. I'm not like the smartest kid in school or anything like that. I struggled a lot too. So,
Wow.
just me saying that, it's just like I think everyone has their own place and time at the moment right now. But I really think if you put in the time and you actually have something that you really want to get, you
Wow.
will get it. Like I
Wow.
definitely believe that. And I think anyone can do that.
Yeah. No, that's good, man. Yeah, no, and it definitely matters. I'm gonna have um Shutaro's LinkedIn in the description. And if it's any other link or something directly to you, like I'll put that in the description as well. You can get that to me also, Shutaro. But yeah, I mean,
Got it.
definitely like it matters. Look, we know it's a lot of questions, right? It's like the tech industry is a field to where if you don't know about it, it takes so long to explore. Like just
Mm,
just to
agreed.
begin to grasp what is it, like what exactly is it? Now I know you touched on it earlier, but while we're there, just for the viewers also, elaborate just typically like what does a average day look like in your role? Like what is it that you do? What's the objective of your role? What is it like, Shutaro?
All right. So for my job, it's gonna be probably a little bit different from some people. But it's, once again, my BDR role is a little bit more of a strategic approach. So what I'm doing is, of course, building my pipeline and making sure to do research, whether it be on LinkedIn or other sites, gather company information throughout the day. I typically do it more in the morning, but I usually do that. And then towards the afternoon is I set up time blocks specifically to send out emails and also just do cold calls. Like these two are going to be your biggest factor when you go into tech sales. Like this is something that you must do no matter what. And if you
Wow.
can't be like, you don't have to be perfect now, but if you can't do these or you feel like this is not for you, maybe it might be something different down the line. But
That's
cold
good.
calling and cold emailing, I spent most of my time here more than
Wow.
anything. And generally, what I do at the very end of the day is when I feel like I want to wrap up some calls, I actually make more calls because at the end of the day, you never know who's going to pick up at 5 p.m., 6 p.m.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
I'm a little bit more of a fearless challenger. I mean, because, it's over the phone, you're getting to know people. For me, I felt like that was something I really wanted to do. So,
Wow.
um, yeah, so that's it. That's my whole day, what it looks like, and then just do set up whatever meetings I need to down the line or throughout the week, and then finish from there. That's what my day looks like.
Wow. No, that's yeah, that's what it takes. I mean, it does. That's what it takes. Just something as simple as that. Like when I feel like quitting, like I have to stop when the job is done, not
Right.
when I feel like stopping. Right. That's at the end of the day. In the same way when it comes to breaking into tech, fam. So look, if you're watching this, it's not a cakewalk, but it's great opportunity. Right. It's great opportunity. I I wanna jump straight to this question while I'm in this vein right now,
Of course.
Shu, because obviously, you know, you know, you'll be able to sign up with Course Careers. You'll be able to get 50% off. My link will be in the description, probably across the screen, and all of that stuff. However, I want your honest opinion, and I didn't ask you this before we started filming, Shu. Was Course Careers worth it? Just kind of
Mm.
elaborate on that and just kind of how that played or did not play into you landing your current role now.
So this is gonna be a little bit more of a longer story, and I'm gonna give you my real honest opinion towards it. To simply answer that question for now, yes, it was worth it for me. And
Good.
the reason why I would say it was worth it for me is because when you originally get into tech, I've watched multiple videos on YouTube. I'm more of a video guy. I like watching content to get a familiar idea because no matter how much, blogs or scripts you read, it's like, it's just words. You don't actually get a human reaction out of it, and you don't get an idea of what you're going to be doing or getting into. So I've done that. And then I realized, like, I thought tech was only for people who, work in like IT software engineers. Like that's my idea of tech. And maybe because like that's what I kind of like got
Yeah.
told. I'm like, and then when I realized like there's tech sales, and I'm like, huh? What's that? Like I was like, it's like, oh, you get to talk to do your job. I'm like, oh, I was like, I love that. Okay, let's give it a go. And then so I've actually, like I was mentioning this Justin, but last summer I've actually I think it's during August or September, somewhere around there. And then so I was actually doing some research about boot camps, and now the reason why I say course careers is worth it is because you see a lot of boot camps that generally cost a little bit more than what you should be expecting or assuming.
Yeah.
And
This is
so
true.
that's why I took course careers in general. And at first I doubted myself too. I'm like, do I know what I'm getting into? But at the end of the day, if I figured it out totally fine because it was about what I wanted more than, the course itself. So the
Mm.
course came naturally to me. So it was more like, if you know that you want to be like doing like, getting into calls or like, talking to people, creating business outcomes is what I like to say a lot of times. But if you like to be that kind of person to actually create business outcomes, and also, just getting to know more people in the tech industry, then this is it for you. Like, I don't think there's anything stopping you. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it is for me.
Wow. No, that's good. Yeah, you said something that really stuck out, that you basically, like, your mind was made up. Like you knew it was for you. You want to get into tech, right? And
Correct.
so the absorbing the course careers, it came easier for you. And yeah, no, I'm with you, man, because like I think back to the period when I went through course careers at that time, and I'm like, man, like that was like a lot of information. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm thinking about my
I
life
know, I know what you
now,
mean. I
right?
know
And I'm
what you mean.
like, could I do that right now? Obviously I could, but I mean, I'm
It's like,
working
yeah,
in
you got
in the
your
tech
job
now,
too. Like, it's like, and then like,
bro.
you got
That
like your personal life to take care of. Like, can I do this? Like, yeah, well, I mean, here's the thing about it, and I'm not mentioning to pitch anything, but course careers in general, like, you can do it at your own time whenever you have the time, and all you need is a laptop generally to just, do it. So it's like you get to do it at your own pace, which is another great thing. And also, they do have a community where you can talk and stuff like that, and they also gives you the basic to set up what you need to expect into going into that role. So, I
yeah,
think that part was very useful for me, and that's pretty much what I got out of course careers, to just give an overall insight,
yeah,
and it was
no,
good. But
man,
yeah,
that's
it's more
good.
like, that's a lot of things to do at once. Like, can I
Yeah,
can I do that?
yeah.
Like,
No, that's good, man. Yeah, working at your own pace, that
mm,
was a plus, man.
agree.
And yeah, and again, as mentioned earlier, the free intro, definitely take that.
Mm,
It's Look, the free intro, it's a lot of information. I don't remember how long it is. It might have been somewhere around an hour, hour and a half,
something like that. Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, so it's a lot of information. It'll give you kind of a really great summary of all of the research you've been doing on your own to kind of see if
Mm,
that's the direction that you want to go in. All right. So, and this is just something that I'm just curious about. Shu, what is your projected career path in tech? So, do you see yourself remaining like on the sales side, or do you plan on exploring some other areas? What does
mm.
that look like for you?
That's a great question. You know what? I don't get me wrong. I think most people, when they enter the job, they're not going to have everything mapped out either. For me, I don't have everything mapped out. But one thing I can say confidently is the reason why I wanted to get into tech sales specifically, because I wanted to master the cold calling. Like, if I
Mhm.
can become a cold caller and be confident with it, that's the greatest aspect or skill you can carry over to any other job like that you
Yeah,
do. Like, that's your confidence right there. Like, that's what
yeah,
I believed in. Of
yeah.
course, in terms of career path now,
That's
I
good.
believe that I wanted to be an account executive at first. But one thing that's great about just working in tech sales is, Justin, I think you realize this too, but it's not just, working on the sales side. You can make your, like, switch over to, let's say you want to go into, like, being a coach or a mentor, or even being like account manager. I don't know if people want to do that, but like, you got
Yeah,
those kind of people that want to go into
definitely.
that side too. So it's great for me.
Yeah.
I focus more on, delivering results. So that's what I'm probably going to be doing. Definitely.
Wow.
So I'll be in more into the account executive side. And once
Yeah.
I get experience there, maybe, we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah. No, definitely, man. It's definitely it's exciting. It's definitely exciting to be a part of. Shoot, closing remarks. Anything I didn't cover? Anything that you want to mention to anybody who will be viewing this video?
Absolutely. So I'm gonna say this one more time though. You can definitely find me on LinkedIn too, but before you go off on all that stuff, I just want you guys to think about, like, first of all, is this career really worth it for you? Because it is not a cakewalk for sure. That's one thing
Yeah.
that I wanted to
Good.
mention one last time. And then another thing that probably I wanted to get the viewers to know is, this will be a life changer for you, but at the same time, you have to realize that, like, you're gonna have to put in the work to, actually, like, exceed into what you're doing. But it's still fun. I'm gonna say, if you're a people person, you like to, get motivated, talk with people, connect with new people. And, if you're completely like me, where I don't even come from the tech industry, I was originally working as a restaurant manager. Like, if something like that, you do work in customer service, like that kind of area in general, you guys can do it. Trust me. Like, it's not something like, oh, okay, like, do I have to be able to speak at a high level? I mean, of course you should be, but a lot of times what you're going to be doing is asking great questions. Now, I'm going to point that out at the very end of the video, because when you ask great questions, like my man over here, Justin, you get me talking now. So you got me talking, because I'm the one who usually asks the questions when I'm prospecting, that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
asking great questions, and being curious at the end of the
Yeah.
day of what you're doing is going to definitely get you to places.
Yeah, come on, man. Nah, that's it. So you're right. You're definitely right, man. And I know from me working so far at it, man, you have people who they're different. You got people who talk different. Like I work for a very large tech company, and you know you can have a southern slang, person that's on there. You can have like the more proper, like fast talker. You can have someone
Mm.
like me who just kind of like drag my words out. Just hey, this is Justin with Intuit. I'm calling on a recorded line. It's like, but at the end of the day, like what you said, it's the person asking questions. I'm being curious, and at the end of the day, I know my stuff, and I'm here to solve your problem. Right? It's
Got it.
not. I don't work in a suit and tie and carry a briefcase. I work in something like this, like I'm sitting at home behind a computer. So yeah, so it's for a variety of people. But no, I'm with it. I mean, so look, that's anything else you or
I think I'm good. I'm definitely okay. I got everything covered. And, you asked me all the questions that probably everyone wants to know too. So I'm good.
cool. Tech family again. Shoes information. LinkedIn will be in the description. Reach out to him, connect with him. He's hosting as of now free group classes on Sundays so you can explore tech sales more. And then he also offers a service of one-on-one coaching that you'll have that opportunity to explore as well. And don't forget, if you're thinking about course careers, you can check out the free introductory course in the link that'll be in the description. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until we see each other again, prosper.